Hey yo guys, welcome to my second Dota 2 patch review and the first one that I'm uploading on YouTube because the last time I read the patch notes I really didn't understand what I was reading, did I? No, I did not. And now that I've been playing about, how long has it been? Like a week? How long ago did I start Dota? A week ago? Two years? A month? 2 months? Maybe 5 weeks, 2 months, I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, now I actually kind of am starting to get the game, so I can understand most of the patch changes. So let's jump right into it. Patch 732C. Fixed some neutral creeps, casting their abilities at night when they should be sleeping. Fixed the cold bracelet, not removing mana regen stacks if dropped. Yeah, someone just told me about this yesterday. You can drop it, pick it up, drop it, pick it up to get like infinity mana regen when creeps are attacking you. You could do that a lot. So that doesn't work anymore. Fixed Centaur Warrunner's Hitcher Ride being dispelled when Centaur was vertically displaced or moved out of world. It would happen with telekinesis, flame break tasks. Okay. Fixed Darkseer retaining normal punch without scepter. Scepter is where he punches an illusion out of someone. AKA, he could have Scepter and it didn't work. That would kind of suck. Fixed Death Prophet, being able to reapply Spirit Siphon to the same target multiple times if a Dispel was applied. I may have accidentally abused this without knowing it. Like, I just try. I'm just like... Tick, 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 tick. Fixed Doom with Aghanim Scepter interaction with the Stolen Doom. Okay, maybe it wasn't able to be self-applied if you steal Doom as Rubik, and you have the Scepter. Fixed Doom with Aghanim Scepter doing bonus damage to units with high status resistance in its area. Oh. So it was ignoring and bypassing magic resistance? When they say status, I assume magic resistance? I'm not sure. Fixed Earth Spirits, rolling boulder damage, piercing magic immunity. Yeah, status resistance is against crowd control effects, right? So you did bonus damage to people that had status resistance? That's an interesting one. They got damaged faster. Okay. Huh, ticks were happening faster. I see. Fixed Earth Spirit Shard. Oh, that makes sense. Because Doom isn't going to last as long, it was trying to condense the total damage of Doom in a shorter period of time, I suppose. The same damage. So it was coded not as a fixed damage per second, but as a total damage spread out over time of fixed ticks, and the ticks became faster. Interesting. Fixed Earth Spirit Shard, not instantly providing 4 Stone Remnant charges. That is normally the expected behavior of status resistance with dots. Okay. Fixed Earth Spirit, double clicking Stone Remnant while rolling, placing the stone behind the hero. Okay. Double clicking, of course. Not something that works for me. I do Alt. But I know the behavior. It means self-cast on location. Fixed Earth Spirit Boulder Smash targeting corpses. Fixed Elder Titan not getting the Astral Spirit buff if used on magic immune enemies. I have to dig deep here into the recesses of my A to Z challenge. Elder Titan splits off with an ethereal version of himself that does a status, a magic resistance, smash. And then how did that buff Elder Titan? Wait, let me read him. Elder Titan.
The silence deepens.
Bonus damage, armor, and movement speed for units it passes through. If you used it on magic immunes, you didn't get it. It almost... And it's not contingent upon him stunning them. It's just when the spirit rejoins. So that should always happen. Yeah, bug fix. Fixed Ember Spirit only being able to cast Fire Remnant towards the right side of the map when traveling during the activation of Activate Fire Remnant. What? Only being able to cast Fire Remnant towards the right side of the map when traveling during the activation of Activate Fire Remnant. Huh. I can't say that this ever bothered me yet, but I assume that Ember mains knew this. Fixed Hoodwink's tree having too large of a hitbox, causing bushwhacks to sometimes not connect when it looks like they should. Not connect. The hitbox was large, causing bushwhacks to not connect when it... Wouldn't a large hitbox tree be more likely to hit? No, that's the radius of where Hoodwink could connect with the tree. It would miss the hitbox. So that's why you've been missing on Hoodwink? Yeah, I was thinking of that, but then I don't miss, do I? I was thinking of making that joke, but it only works if you're known to sometimes miss, and I'm pretty perfect on her. Fixed Lifestealers, level 25, Talent Rage duration not working correctly. Optimized Lycan Howl during the night. Fixed Mars Bulwark Soldiers stopping attacking if Mars is rooted silence. Now it only stops if Mars is thunder disarmed. Okay. This is the scepter, right? This has all the importance of fixed Naga Footsteps, Warcraft Reforged patch notes. Fixed Naga to have elven ears again. Fixed Meepo's illusions not gaining the items stored in the Rat Pack neutral slot. Ah, this one's new, right? Fixed Meepo clones in Fountain invulnerability, ignoring commands sent to all units. Oh. Oh, wait, Fountain invulnerability is before you move, after you revive, right? It was causing a weird frame drop? Ah, okay. So, how would this ever apply? Is when Meepo dies, then respawns, and then you only move one of your Meepos, or at least not all, and you leave one in invincibility, and then when you try to give a command to all of them, they wouldn't listen, the ones that remained. I guess there might be a reason you want to do this. If you want to have an on-call Meepo at home that continues to benefit from invulnerability while sending other Meepos away from danger, and then once it's needed, the home invul Meepo could be called upon to bring the rest back and then defend the ancient or something. It only happens when they're in the base and never moved after death, right? It's pretty safe in Fountain anyway. Not against Abaddon. Abaddon, Ember Spirit. And against an overleveled team. Fixed Monkey King shards still granting some old bonuses. Oh wow. So part of what made Monkey King extra strong is that he was benefiting from an old patch benefits. I wonder who knew this. Fixed Phoenix Fire Spirit values not updated for 732. Guys, how many changes do you think we'll see here which are directly influenced by me reading the tooltips on stream? Imagine if the devs were ever watching and they were like, oh yeah, that tooltip does in fact not make sense. 1. Yeah, let's say 1. All of them, yeah, sure. Fixed Primal... I hope they buff Kunkka then if they've been watching my stream. Fixed Primal Beast interactions with Glimpse and X marks the spot. Fixed Riki not attacking immediately after Blink Strike if the target is moving. Rubik. Fixed Rubik with Aghanim Shard, stealing Anti-Mage's counterspell and receiving the Shard aura permanently. What? Wait. Okay, hold on a second. What Shard aura? Anti-Mage.
Anti-Mage.
Counterspell passively grants magic resistance. They mean that one. Oh my god. Counterspell may be activated to create an anti-magic shell around anti-mage. So he got passive 45 magic resistance if he stole Counterspell once from anti-mage. Not bad. Spending the rest of the game on like 54% magic resistance just because you copied E once from Illidan. If that's how I understand it correctly. Anyway, shard, not base spell. Oh.
I fear no
Shard?
vile sorcery.
Oh, right. Shard is the aura. Passively grounds an aura that reduces enemy spell damage. Oh my god. That's arguably even worse. Having a permanent 10% enemy spell damage debuff. Wow. 10 to 30? Yeah, that's true. 10 to 30. If they're close range, it's 30. Fixed Spirit Breaker's planar rocket, creating 2 bouncing projectiles when hit by paralyzing cask, shuriken toss, and chain frost. Yeah, this is like Chinese to me. Fixed Tusk losing Snowball ability when affected by Spirit Breaker's planar pocket. Fix the interaction of Rubik's telekinesis cooldown, reducing cooldown reduction effects and telekinesis on allies. Fix the number of abilities having incorrect area of effect indicators. Fix and clarify the number of abilities. Let's go through them all again and compare it to my A to Z. Yeah? Wait, can I ask chat to find them? Go through them and see if any that I stumbled over. Post it to my Discord if you find any. Compare my A to Z to the new version. Nope. Yep. Nope, gotta start all over again. To be honest, once I'm done with Z, I'll have so bad memory of how Abaddon used to work, we do have to start over again. Infinite content! Alright. Neutral creep updates. Mana aura regeneration bonus. But this time in ranked! Mana aura regen bonus decreased from 2 to 1.75. Oh. I should take the Satyr more often with Chen and stuff. A to Z, round 2. Mana burn rescaled from 100 to 20 plus 2 times int. Nerf neutral, yeah. Bloodstone. They buffed Bloodstone? Wait, it has a health activation cost? I never noticed because Leshrac was sucking so much health and mana from everyone after turning on all your spells that it really didn't feel very noticeable. Anyway, it's buffed. Yeah, no more apparently. So, Refresher Orb no longer shares a cooldown with... No longer shares a cooldown? Wait a minute. Is that a buff? Wait, no longer shares a cooldown. Why do I keep saying no longer? That's from the next line. Yeah. Sorry, my dog is distracting me. That's why. Soon, Logan. Soon. I'll walk my dog after this. Now shares a cooldown with Refresher Shard. That's correct. Cooldown no longer ticks down while in backpack. Ah, not at all. Like, we're not talking double cooldown in backpack, but not at all. That's a pretty big punish. Refresher Shard now shares a cooldown with Refresher Orb. Cooldown no longer ticks while in backpack. Cooldown decreased from 200 to 180. Wait, is the Roshan Refresher Shard reusable? I've never used it. No? Okay. Then why is this a thing? Oh, you could have multiple from different Roshans. Yeah. Ah! Yeah, S4 said this is the worst item ever. I've been using it on heroes like Shadow Shaman and who else did I use it on? Well, basically support 4-5 position. I think it's okay. I think it's okay, at least for me. But I will say that I'm out of mana after one spell rotation. It can be okay, and don't forget, there's a synergistic relationship to clarities. You can don this, wait 6 seconds, then drink clarity. Drink the whole clarity, then take it off. Then wear your occult bracelet or whatever it's called, whatever gives mana. Yeah, it's like the opposite of keeping mana items when you clarity. Is now you're draining your max mana, and so your clarity is worth more. So why not carry one of these in your backpack? That's actually been nerfed, ironically. But the normal use of it has become slightly better. Dagger of Ristil, attack speed. Okay. This ability is decent. This item. Attack speed increased from 10 to 15. Isn't this the one where you take 100 damage and you get 40 attack damage for a short period of time? Yeah, this was probably the worst item. This one didn't excite me nearly as much as Ring of Tequila or Philosopher's Stone. I don't think this was a top 5 item, Ristul, but it's getting a little better. Dagger of I forgot about using the active. Yeah, you mean me or like people in general? Because for me, it was definitely true. 40 damage is like 1.6k gold. You mean to normally get 40 damage? Are you comparing it to Maelstrom? To the mushroom? I mean, you don't have it all the time, so that doesn't really hold up. How much is the mushroom? 1600 gold for 24 damage, no? Where it is? Basics. There. 1600 gold is 24. What do you mean 40 damage is 1.6k gold? It's 24 damage, and this one's permanent, but it takes an item slot, and the Ristil is only a short period of time, which is only 8 seconds, so I'd say this is not worth 1600 gold. It is more damage. It is more damage, so it's worth more gold, but it consumes 100 health, so minus a clarity. Minus like a healing salve, but then it's only 8 seconds, and this forever, but this one doesn't take up a slot, but it does take up a neutral slot. So in conclusion, I can say confidently, after having done the maths, that I don't know how much gold it's worth. Axe. Base damage increased by 3. Level 15 talent battle. By the way, question. Does TI ever not play on live patch? Or is it every Dota competition, every DPC, immediately on live patch? It's always on live patch. Okay. Just throw the kids to the fire, right? No matter what. Just adapt LOL. Just practice LOL. Yeah. It has happened mid-series before. Right, of some smaller tournament, right? Like they couldn't plan around a small tournament. They have their own release schedule, but certainly not during TI or TI qualies. Not during mid-TI. Yeah. Just a small, like, $1 million tournament. Not like multi-million. It was a big tournament, but not ran by Valve. Right. Not small. Okay. Level 15 talent Battle Hunger Slow increased from plus 10% to plus 12%. Only 250k. Yeah, I mean, barely get out of bed for that. Bat Rider, Sticky Napalm, cast range rescaled from 550, 600, 650, 700 to just 600. So worse later on. Same at level 2. But better at level 1. So overall, a big fat nerf. And Bat Rider was very common and popular. He got banned and picked in the first 2 or 3 a lot in competitive. So a nerf probably that is well placed. Flame Break is not going to do as much knockback. Makes him slightly worse at setting up chase. Level 10 talent Flame Break knockback distance decreased as well. 3 nerfs. Yeah, I think that probably is fair. Bloodseeker. Rupture initial damage. Oh, yeah, this is very strong. I get it. And the cast range, yeah. Yeah, I think it makes sense. I mean, if he needed nerfs, does he get played a lot? I saw him a bit in pro play. I keep clicking by accident. It's nice that you can see the hero, but sometimes I ground myself to make the window focus, this one, and then I click here. I have to click here on the side. Okay, we learn from it. Bounty Hunter, base damage increased by 3. Oh dear. Probably not super good at pro play, I want to say, but he's really good in pubs. Or is he good in pro play? I don't know. It's going to improve its last hitting. Brewmaster, Cinderbrew, ignite total damage increased by 5, 10, 15, and 20. Broodmother, health regen bonus increased by 2 per level. Broodmother nerf. Yeah, we should try her. Remember, my first Broodmother game was okay, but uncomfortable. I think I'll do better this time with her. Chen, Holy Persuasion, bonus damage decreased. Yeah, Chen is... It's a buff. I know it's a buff. I know it's a buff. I said it's a buff. I misspoke. Ah, it happens. It happens. I said nerf. Yeah, but I said increased health regen bonus. I misspoke then. Sorry, chat. Divine Favor, health regen bonus decreased. That's a nice buff. Level 10 talent Penitence deals damage. Decrease from 250 to 225. Okay. Small little Chen nerfs. He's very popular at pro play, so I guess that makes sense. Darkseer, we had a tough game with him too in the A to Z. Surge cooldown decreased. Bonus health, level 15 talent from Iron Shell increased. Ah! Small little buffs on Darkseer. We try him again. It's actually a nerf. Oh, thanks. This one, right? Okay, got it. Dawnbreaker. Thighbreaker. Movement speed during Starbreaker with Shard is now decreased by 25% to a minimum of 215. Luminosity. Healing from heroes rescaled from 30 to 60, 10 per. To 5 per, 35 to 50. Worse later on, better earlier on. Overall nerf. 2 nerfs. Death Prophet, please don't nerf her. No! Not my Death Prophet! Anyway, I have a new love. Leshrock, Death Who. Cooldown increase from 8 to 9 and from 5 to 6. Spirit Siphon. Charge restore time increased from 34 to 30 to now always 38. Damn! Definitely can't be doing triple Spirit Siphon on the Ancients anymore. Not that I was. It's gonna take ages to get it back. That's a huge nerf. I mean, this is a big nerf. It's really big, but this one's huger. She got hit hard. Active movement speed bonus from Exorcism decreased from 20% to 16%. Damn. She got nerfed, man. We saw a lot of DP, not in mid lane anymore, but we saw her in the off lane in pro play. And yeah, I think she was strong. She was pretty broken, I think, yeah. Yeah, more like Dead Prophet. Ah, nice one. Drow Ranger, base movement speed increased by 5. Elder Titan, Echo Stomp. Shard now also reduced its cooldown by 2 seconds. Wow. Enigma. Eidolon's magic resistance decreased from 60% to up to 60% by the final level. Makes him weaker early game, maybe less able to easily use Enigma in the offlane to take down a tower. Midnight Pulse. Damage per second decreased from 6 to 12%, 5 to 11%. And the level 15 talent health bonus, 100 less. Faceless Void. He needs nerfs. Time Walk. Short bonus range decreased. That's a huge nerf. Do you know how big? That's a huge nerf. Barely a nerf? Excuse me? What do you mean, Enigma? This is big. Test it. It's big. I know how much 150 is. It's a lot. I don't even dare to look at the rest. Damage per cooldown per second decreased from 10 to 13 to 7 to 13. Worse early, same late. That's not a huge deal, but then again it is. It makes him even weaker early game. This is something you would take before talent picks usually, as I recall, in most builds. Faceless Void Shard now trash. I wouldn't say it's trash. You get two things out of it. You can teleport back for jukes and for scouting and for W application, and you've got the range. No, I wouldn't say it's trash. It's a nerf to an almost essential shard. You got one value point, oh that's true, you got one value point in this early. And that's the one that was most nerfed. So it's actually quite a well localized nerf to a hero that probably needed it. Probably still essential? Yeah, probably, because the CDR component is unchanged. It's just less damage. Talent 15. Time Walk cooldown reduction decreased from 1.5 to 1 second. Okay. Another nerf. Attack speed during Chronosphere. Yeah, this one was bonkers, bro. It's still bonkers. He's still gonna bonk you. But that's a big difference. That's a big nerf. Damn. Grimstroke buffs, please. I think Grimstroke top 3 favorites for me. Travel speed to the target increased from 750 to 850. That's for his dead wife. Travel speed back to Grimstroke also increased. So he gets his heal faster and he gets the cooldown reset faster. It's pretty good buff. Wife speed, yeah. Bro, just play a game. Shake my SMH, dude. Shake my SMH. It's like driving a car and not knowing how it works. Actually, I don't know how it works. No, it's like reading the patch notes for the game you play all the time. Anyway, Flak Cannon. Cooldown decreased from 20 to 18 seconds. Okay. Gyrocopter was a little weak. More Flak Cannons. Better farming. Mana cost decreased by 10. Yo, he's gonna be meta now, I'm sure. Kotl. Minus 13 mana. Damage increased for Blinding Light from 100 to scaling 100 to 180. Nice. Lich. Base health regen increased. Wow. Double. Frost Blast radius and damage increased. Damn. I got recently mega spanked the last 2 times I played against Lich. Maybe because I kept passing on the hot potato. Big buffs. We're gonna see more Lich. Lina, base armor decreased by 1. Wow, she was squishy already. Talent damage, level 10 talent damage decreased from 25 to 20. Tiny nerfs, tiny nerfs for a pretty popular strong pick. It's a cold potato? Oh yeah, that's true. Nice one, chat. Lion, Hex, cast range increased. Damn. Damn. Magnus, Shockwave, damage increased from 75 to 300 to 90 to 300. So a little bit better early game. Strength per hero hit with the roleplay increased from 12 to 16. Magnus nerfs. buffing collapse. Buffs. I hurt myself doing it this time. Buffs. I don't know where the nerf came from. No, I know it's a buff. I know. It's just the word didn't connect with the... But I noticed it this time. That was actually not intentional. No, but I noticed it. Alright. Marcy. Disposed. Throw distance decreased. Marcy is very strong. She can play a carry and she can play the support role. And she was very popular in pro play in particular. And to be honest, if I wanted to farm wins, I would play her more too. First time I played her, it was an instant love at first sight. Can no longer pull units out of Black Hole and Chronosphere anymore. Wow, that's a big change. Rebound. Cooldown increased from 17 to 11 to 24 to 12. Mostly early nerf. That's a big nerf. 7 seconds on level 1 rebound. And then from 11 to 12. Movement speed and attack speed slows no longer pierce spell immunity from Unleash. Okay. Hold on a second. Movement speed. Unleash. Unleash is her ult that did a movement slow of 30% and up to 100 attack speed slow. And it used to pierce BKB. And now it no longer does. Big nerfs. This is small nerf. Situational. Pretty big nerf for her early game. And this is quite huge for late game. She'll still be good though, yeah. She was kind of broken. Like, she's still good. You don't need to worry about it if you like playing her. Meepo. Shard fling slow increased from 50 to 60%. Yeah. This one's kind of hard to use for me. I was able to play every aspect of Meepo, but the flinging thing from the shard was a bit tough. I remember when I got it, the shard, I didn't really use it. But that was my second game. Shard fling damage increased from 100 to 120. Well, now we're talking. Dig, max health restored, increased from... Guardian 3, here I come. Nature's Prophet, Wrath of Nature. Mana cost decreased from 150 to 200 to 130 to 190. Maybe Guardian 4 even, yeah. You still won't use it. I used it game 2, remember? And when I started using it, we finally won the game after struggling. Hero still useless? Yeah. Hero still useless. Reminds me of when I picked Meepo for the second time without preamble. And there was a couple of Dota normies in chat that didn't know RTS players. And he's like, dude, you're going to lose, bro, you're going to lose. I should have screenshotted this comment. But you don't need to present them with their own comment to feel satisfaction after the fact. Curse of the Old Growth. Cooldown decreased from 20 to 18 seconds. What is Curse of the Old Growth?
Nature's guardian returns.
Applies a curse on all enemy... Oh, it's the shard. Applies a curse on all enemy heroes. Oh yeah, it's the one that reveals them. Even over the trees, it slows them and reveals them. Yeah, I said it was bad. But then, that was my first opinion, and it actually is not bad. It took me a long time to get how this one works. They take damage when they're near a tree. I kept standing near a tree myself. Yeah, they take damage from a tree, they get slowed from the trees, and you get to see them. And then it helps you to hit your ult on them. It is bad? Okay, cool. Bulldog also says it's trash. Well, then it's true. He's the most honest. By his own statement. You can just see his Twitter bio. Cooldown decreased from 20 to 18. Okay. Night Stalker. Dark Ascension. Yo, Night Stalker is a me hero. Cooldown decreased by 10 and 5 seconds. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. Omni Knight. Base strength bonus decreased. Omni Knight, I heard his top 4 win rate at Pro Play or something like recently. I don't have the exact stats. I just heard it, and I decided to reparrot it and present it as truth, which is what you should do with all stats. So being an undisputed top 4 win rate hero, he probably needed nerfs. Cooldown for Hammer of Purity increased for the early levels, and then base strength bonus decreased from 8 to 38 to 8 to 32. Okay. Alright. Omni is a tank that spits pure damage nukes during lane. Yeah. Omni is always top 5 win rate, but he's too boring to play. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he is. You see someone playing Omni, you know they're going for the win. Min root duration of Fortune's End increase from 0.5 to 0.75. Wait, what was Fortune's End again? I'm actually impressed that you can type hero names here. It's insane. You can always just start typing in the Dota client. How sick is that? Fortune's End. Ah, minimum root 0.5. And what was it? Wait. Oh, I guess I didn't restart my client yet. I didn't update the patch. So it goes to 0.75. That's a nice buff for Oracle. Max root duration increased also by a quarter second. Outworld Destroyer. Cooldown for Astral Imprisonment decreased for the early levels. 6 seconds, 4 and 2. PA. Turn rate improved. Wow. Phantom Strike. Attack speed bonus increased from 75 to 85. 5 to 20. Scaling. Why buff Outworld like that? Yeah. I mean, it's early game buff, and he's already quite good early game, and he's also good late game. I mean, in my games. He's my first and only Rampage, and people said they were not surprised about it because he's everyone's first Rampage. Yeah, turn rate is big, from 0.6 to 0.8. OD was bad. He's dead in pro play. Well, he's good in my games and in our games. He's a pub stomper, yeah, I suppose. Maybe he's very vulnerable to, what's it called, Diffusal Blade? I don't know exactly what. Chat is like, don't lump us with you. There's this thing called BKB. Yeah, and then he doesn't do anything, right? Phantom Lancer. Spirit Lance, cast range increased for the early levels. 75, 50, 25. Movement slow increased for every level. 4, 3, 2, 1%. Primal Beast needs a nerf. Passive bonus damage decreased for Uproar. I expected more nerfs for Primal Beast, actually. Just 4, 3, 2, 1 per stack. He was heavily nerfed already. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, he's still fun and strong then. He was even more Giga Broken when released. Pudge. Level 15 talent spell lifesteal decreased from 10 to 8%. You know, when I see things like this, I feel guilty that I didn't take it every time. I think there was one time I didn't take it. This is like the dev saying, it was strong. But that's not a big change. Pugna. Damage per mana multiplier increased. Significantly so, chat. Especially early levels. I remember that when I played Pugna, the guide that we played recommended saving Netherward for level 13 to 16 or something. Like not taking an early point in it. Probably because they analyzed people don't have that much mana yet. Like they don't have that high mana spell cost yet. And it's like a waste of your mana. You're just laning and farming anyway. And then you would suddenly take all 4 at the same time. So maybe now it can be worth it to put a value point, 1, in Netherward because there's such a big damage change, particularly for level 1. Ricky, smokescreen radius increased for the early levels. Damn! We had a pretty good game with Ricky. It's gonna get better. Pub Stomper. Rubik, telekinesis, added an indicator for land ability to preview where the unit will actually end up. Sand King. Caustic finale. Move slow increased from 10 to 14 and from 25 to 26. 4321% increase. Shadow Demon. Disruption cooldown decreased by 3210 seconds. Disseminate. Reflected physical damage now bypasses damage block. Damage block. Is that a particular effect? Or is that the poor man's shield, stout shield, embeddedness in melee heroes and whatnot? Vanguard, Crimson, Tidehunter. Okay, damage block is a particular effect. The former then. Natural block 2, Patch's third spell. Okay, all kinds of, actually. All kinds of, okay. Reflected physical damage now bypasses. That's a decently big deal for Shadow Demon. Level 10 talent strength increased from 10 to 12. Shadow Fiend. The stacking move speed slow has been nerfed from 15 to only 15 at the final level, but 3 to 1 less at the early levels. Small little nerf for the Shadow friend. Silencer. Ooh. Silencer buff? Is this the biggest misstep by the Dota devs? He was very strong at pro play and quite strong in ladder. Silencer is trash? Well, what do you mean he's trash? I saw him getting banned in the finale of the EU West Europe qualifier. And the curse application damage is instant burst damage. Never used in pro play? Yeah, because he got banned. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Maybe I mistaken his portrait with Enigma. Or? They look quite similar. Wait, let me check. Oh. Maybe. Silencer is useful against Enigma though, right? It stops Black Hole. Wait, are you saying he doesn't get picked in pro plays? Let's just go and check. Let's just go and check the qualifier game, and then I'll see. I'll point at the picture, and you tell me what it's called, right? Pretend you're my dad, and I'm like, airplane. Right. TI qualifier 2022 WEU finals. Secret versus Entity.
It's gonna fall to darkness. And the two teams that we have at it is.
Alright, let me look at the bans. There, Silencer. First ban. Okay. Alright. I remembered correctly, but I saw wrong. It's an honest mistake. Aware. Look, the portraits are very different than how they look like in game sometimes. Notice that the first 4 bands got nerfed? Did they? Let me see. Enigma, Batrider, Nyx. No, Nyx didn't, right? Oh, the first band. Oh, yeah. Marcy, Death Prophet, Enigma, and Ratbiter. Okay, so Silencer actually got buffed. So that's going to help us a lot since we're just learning Silencer. +1 armor. I think it's time to play position 2 Silencer. Look at that. Insta kill them all. Slardar. Oh, he's coming up. Nice buff. Perfect. I'm learning Slardar today. Bonus river movement speed increased from 15 to 18%. Hell yeah, baby. The rivers are mine, fish moly. Bash of the Deep. Stun duration increased for the early levels. Always 1.3. Let's go. Slark. Depth Shroud. Radius decreased. Dark Pact cooldown. Level 10 talent decreased from -1 to 2 Slark nerfs. One fish rises to the surface and another fish descends to the deep. Spirit Breaker. Charge of Darkness. Cast point. Reading spells he doesn't know? Yeah, I've got no idea. Charge of Darkness. Cast point improved from 0.3 to 0.1. Scepter no longer improves cast point. Planar Pocket now does not trigger the redirect if enemy ability is targeted at Spirit Breaker. Techies. Reactive Taser. Bonus move speed increased by 3210%. Tidehunter. Ravage. Damage increased by 50, 50, 50. Gush. Linear, not stacking. Gush. Debuff duration increased from 4 to 4.5 seconds. That's more gushing. That's more gushing. Undying. He needs a nerf. This stupid strength stealer guy is so strong early game and pretty strong late game. Mana cost increased for DK. Okay. Wow. Especially addressing the early game. 15, 10, 5 mana. That's kind of nice. That's a good nerf. Tombstone. Vision decreased from 1800 to 1500. Zombie move. Oh, so now you can see it on the edge of vision in daytime. I mean, was it used that way? Tombstone for vision? Just planned one. Zombie movement speed slow decreased from 7 to 5%. Oh, thank God. Good. It was used like that. So now you can see it and then avoid it. High ground tombstone OP. Oh, yeah. Wait, can you use it on the observer ward cliff? And then when people walk by, it spawns zombies and you don't even know where it's coming from. That's so broken. That's so broken. It shouldn't spawn any zombies on lower ground than where it is placed. Yeah, I don't think he's nerfed enough. Yeah, oh yeah, you've got uphill miss chance too. Oh my God. I remember yesterday I died while attacking a high ground tombstone. I needed to hit it like 15 times. And it was 1v3. So they came for me and killed me. I feel like it should have like 800 vision, I don't know. Or 1000. Shadow. Venomancer, Venomous Gale. Mana cost decreased from 125 to 95, scaling to 125. Latent Toxicity. I don't know why that's funny. Latent Toxicity. Reminds me of League of Legends players that switch to HOTS sometimes. Like, you've got that double Q on your team in HOTS. Generally, people are quite polite in HOTS. You've got like a double Q on your team that's shit. And then they're like flaming you for being in the wrong lane because you're support and you're like solo laning and farming and stuff. It's because they're not doing it and they're supposed to be doing it. And then they start flaming you and you check their rank and they're like Diamond 5 or something. Like, what? And then they say they're from League. Because how do you know? Because they call heroes champs. But I'm sure there's a lot of good, friendly League players too. We just got the worst one with latent toxicity sometimes. And those are the ones you remember. You don't remember the ones that weren't and that didn't broadcast it. Cast range increased from 600 to 800. Projectile speed increased from 1200 to 1800. Okay. Small little buffs. Viper. Poison attack. Movement speed slow per stack decreased from 6 to 12 to 3 to 12%. Grave Chill. Cooldown, yeah, that's a good nerf. Cooldown increased by 1 second per on each respective level. Gravekeeper's Cloak, radius decreased by 300. I don't know what these things do. Shard max health restore decreased 35-25, 10% nerf. Summon Familiars. Familiar movement speed decreased from 430 to 420. Oh, thank God. This is gonna make them 0.2 seconds slower at discovering whether you're doing Roshan with their Familiar. Massive nerf. Level 20 talent, Visage and Familiar's movement speed decreased from plus 25 to plus 20. Warlock, Chaotic Offering, cooldown decreased. Wait, is this their ult? That fire, like the naked fire dude that's running after you and punching you? The Rock? The Infernal? Cooldown decreased. Level 15 talent upheaval attack speed per second on allies increased from 10 to 12. So Warlock double buff. Wind Ranger, Focus Fire, bonus attack speed increased by 50, 25, nothing. Power Shot, damage reduction increased from 10 to 15. 2 small Wind Ranger buffs. Wraith King. Does he need nerfs or buffs? I don't know. He seems strong. He needs buffs? He's weak? Oh. Wraith Fire Blast. Damage increased from 15 to 10 to 5 on the first 3 levels. Skeleton attack damage increased. Okay, more damage. Any Wraith King buff is also a Faceless Void nerf. Oh, because he survives a blow up from Chronosphere? Because he just comes back? Wraith King is the... Oh, Windrunner is the worst hero in all of Dota? Really? Does everyone agree with that? And I mean 100% of chat? No. Okay. Slack's propaganda. Oh. Oh yeah, I remember that. And that's it. That's the patch. Oh, I enjoyed reading them. Some changes.